Hi, I'm Sarah and welcome back to my channel. So if you didn't know already, I am a mum of 3 girls, Rosalie who is 5, Maeve who is 3 and Ada who is 3 months old. And today I am filming a Q&A for you. I don't think I've ever done a Q&A on my channel before, but I've just worked out how to do the questions on Instagram. I know, I'm a bit late to the party. So I asked over on my Instagram a few days ago if you had any questions for me, and you've come back to me with a list. So today I am going to answer those questions for you. I hope you find this video interesting. If you have any more questions, do leave them in the comments down below and I will come on once this video goes live and answer any extra questions. So that's it for my introduction. Let's get on with the rest of the video. So the first question is, what job did you used to have and what would be your dream job? Rosalie is just coming to say hi. You want to come and answer the questions with me?
Yeah.
So one of the questions was, what happened to your chin? So do you want to tell everybody what happened to your chin? So what happened to your chin?
Fell off the swing.
Rosalie fell off the swing last Monday now, and it's very traumatic, wasn't it? And it was blood everywhere and we had to go to hospital and you had to have it glued. But I think hopefully it's all healed now, so we can probably take that plaster off. So the next question is, will you have any more children? What do you think, Rosalie? Should we have any more children? No. Yeah, I think that's it for us. 3 is definitely harder. The jump from 1 to 2 I didn't find too difficult, but the jump from 2 to 3 is definitely harder. I don't know if it's just because we've been in lockdown as well, but I have found it a lot more difficult this time round. Yeah, it's just not having enough hands. Basically you and Maeve just tear around, don't you? Tear around the house, winding each other up. They do play nicely a lot of the time, but they also do fight a lot of the time. And one of them, and Ada, is not a problem at all. Like, she just slots in and we just get on with our day. But the 2 of them, and then having to deal with Ada and being away from the 2 of them, when Maeve and Rosie are together, you need another person to monitor what you're both doing, don't you?
Yeah.
So that I am finding challenging. So 3 is definitely enough. I also think you can't, if you have any more than that, you kind of, like, we would need a bigger house, we would need a bigger car, we wouldn't be able to go on holiday as often, like lots of things like that. I've noticed more that since having Ada that I don't know, it takes you further away from the older ones, because obviously you're stuck in that baby stage and they're growing out of that and you can't do as many things with the older ones. So I've got a good age gap between all of them. They're all kind of, there's 5 and a bit years between Ada and Maeve. So 5.5 years. And yeah, I think that's an okay age gap anymore, and I think they'll be so far apart, they'll be worlds away from each other. So yes, we are very happy with 3 children and we won't be having any more. The next question is, do you get any me time being a mum of 3? It depends what you class as me time. Like, and obviously the country is on lockdown at the moment, so I haven't been out anywhere. I'm breastfeeding Ada, so I can't leave her for too long. Like when Rosalie hurt her chin, I found that really hard because I couldn't go to hospital with her because I couldn't leave Ada and I couldn't take Ada with me. So Nick had to take her and deal with that. But I found that quite hard because normally I would deal with that. So that was probably the first time I've had to not do something. But I do kind of have some me time in that now Nick is working again. He works evenings, so he's gone from like 4 in the afternoon till 12 o'clock at night. So once I put all the girls to bed, I do have a little bit of time then, which is when I do my editing and things. But yeah, I've not had a great stretch of time to myself, but I think that's
because Daddy takes us out.
Yeah, for the odd hour or two, actually, yeah, Daddy has taken all 3. Well, he normally just takes you and me. He doesn't normally take Ada. I think he's taken Ada like once. They'll go for a walk or something, but because we are in lockdown, there isn't much we can do. But yeah, it's for no more than an hour, so I don't get much me time. I think, and the last time they did it, I cleaned the house, so it wasn't actually me time. Someone else has commented, your skin looks really flawless. Now, actually, I have been using a new skincare routine. I never really bothered with night creams, but one of my friends, Brooke, if you're watching, was like horrified that I didn't use night creams. Now I'm over 30 years old, so I invested in some skincare. I've been using The Ordinary, if you've heard of that brand. They're really affordable, but the products don't smell of anything, which you think would be fine, it's not an issue, but actually when you put them on, it's not as nice. So I'm the products I do feel like are working really well. But yeah, I miss having a nice smell when I'm rubbing creams on my face. But I have noticed an improvement in my skin. I've been using the serum, the cleanser, a night cream and the moisturiser, and I've also been using their foundation, and yeah, I really like it so far. I think it gives a nice sort of fresh look, perfect for summer, and it's really easy to apply. So yeah, I'm really enjoying using those products, but maybe if you would like to see it, I will do a makeup routine soon, so let me know if you'd like to see my full, well, it's not full, it's my everyday lockdown makeup. What are the highs and lows of having a YouTube channel? So I think the highs, I'm not holding Rosalie hostage here, by the way, she wants to be in the video, which is why she sat here. Don't you? So the highs are you have some wonderful memories that you can look back on and share with your family. Like I've recorded most of our holidays since I started vlogging, so I have all those lovely videos that I can look back on. The lows, I would have to say, are the trolls. Like, you get a lot of abuse putting yourself out there online, and I don't think it is necessary. I don't know why people feel the need to do it. I try and live my life by the saying, like, if you haven't got anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. But some people do not live by this saying and feel the need to tell me their negative things that they think about me. So sometimes that can be quite hard, but on the whole, I'm quite strong and I don't let it faze me at all. I think if you have a problem with somebody, that is your issue and not theirs, and I am living my best life, aren't we? So the next question is, what was your job before starting YouTube? And the answer is, I used to work as a leasehold officer. So I worked for a housing association and I managed the shared ownership and leasehold properties. I've always worked in local government or housing pretty much since I was 21. Before that, I was a beauty therapist. But yeah, since I was 21 years old, I worked in the local council and I've worked in housing. So I was a homelessness assessment officer. So I would assess people's need for social housing. But my most recent job was as a leasehold officer for a housing association. So the next question is, why did you choose the name Ada? So my children are called Rosalie, Maeve and Ada. And the inspiration for Ada was Peaky Blinders. There is a character on there called Ada and I love the way they say it with a Birmingham accent. It's like, Ada, Ada. And I just really love the name. And it was a name that both my husband and I liked, and there are very few names that we actually agree on. He likes more unique names and I like names that are traditional, so it's kind of hard to find ones that we both agree on. I love Ada, I think it's a beautiful name, and the only thing is you can't really shorten it, so she is definitely called Ada or Baby Ada. We haven't got any nicknames for her, which I quite like. I'd like to have a little nickname for her, so if you can think of any, do let me know in the comments below, because I think it would be nice for her to have a little nickname. Kind of already covered this question, but somebody has asked, what was the easiest for transition from 0 to 1 child, from 1 to 2 child, or from 2 to 3 children? So I would say from 1 to 2 was the easiest transition. 0 to 1, it's obviously brand new, you don't really know what you're doing, and it's all very fresh. As a new mum, it's really quite daunting. But from 1 to 2, you kind of know what you're doing, you've done it once before, and you can use all the same techniques that you established with your first baby. You can use them on your second baby, and yeah, things just seem to run a lot more smoothly next time round. You're not hung up on things so much, and you kind of, you've made your own way before and you can do it again quite easily. 2 to 3 I have definitely found more difficult, just because it's very apparent that you can't be 2 places at the same time. Like if you've only got 1 child and a baby, the 1 child can help you with the baby, but when you've got 2 other children to watch and look after the baby, it does become a lot more difficult. Particularly when I'm on my own, like the girls will fight and I'll just be shouting at them to stop fighting. Whereas if there's only 1, you don't have that problem, and I mean 1 extra child, so 2 children, it runs a lot more smoothly. As I said, we are in lockdown at the moment, so I think it is especially difficult. So if anyone's found anything different from that, do let me know, because it might just be our situation at the moment and not the fact that I'm going from 2 to 3 children. The next question is, what would I have called the girls if they had been boys? So I'm going to have a look and read to you my boy baby name list. I don't have many boys' names because we found out quite early on that we were having girls, but I've got 2 names for you here, and they are Rory and Ellis. Rosalie was going to be Ellis if she was a boy. Then we had Maeve, and I think she was probably going to be Rory. And then third time round we had another baby name if it was a boy, but I'm not sure I'm going to share that yet, just in case I immaculately conceive a boy. The next question is another baby name question, and it is, what are your girls' middle names? So I have Rosalie June, I have Maeve Elizabeth, and I have Ada Patricia. So the girls all have family names. Rosalie is named after my nan, so June is my nan's name. Maeve, Nick's great grandma was called Elizabeth. That is a family name on his side. And Patricia is Nick's nan's name. So yeah, our girls' middle names are all family names. The next question is, what made you start YouTube? When I was pregnant, I watched lots of YouTube videos about looking after a baby and having newborn baby. Katie and Baby was one I watched religiously whilst I was pregnant, and the other one was Kerry Dyer. I used to watch a lot of her videos with baby Sienna, and I loved watching them. I watched a lot of them when I was on maternity leave, and it just inspired me to make my own videos. I thought how wonderful it was to have those memories to look back on. So yeah, I just started making videos. So the next question is, how did you meet Nick? And this is the most boringest answer ever, but a friend of mine was friends with Nick's sister, and we all went out in the town that I now live in, and I met Nick at the pub. And one of my friends said to me, like, we were all on the hunt for young single men, and one of my friends said to me, you can get with any of the boys that we meet here, but not Nick and not Nick's best friend. These were both older brothers of 2 of my friend's friends, and we were told not to get with them. And I don't know, me and Nick and I just hit it off. He came up to me with, it was when you could go to a bar and buy like 4 Smirnoff Ices for £5. I don't even know how much they were, but anyway, so he had like, I think they were Blue Wickeds actually. So he had 4 Blue Wickeds in his hand, and he walked up to me and like handed me a Blue Wicked, and that was it. That was how we met. Offered me a drink and I was sold. And that was in our local pub, which we now live round the corner from. So that brings me to the last question, and that is, how did you pick your girls' names? And this was with great difficulty. It takes us a long time to agree on a baby name. But basically, I just write a big long list. So I write a big long list, and then I keep asking Nick if he likes those names. I watch baby name videos. My friend SJ Strum does Baby Name Monday, so every Monday she posts a new baby name video. So I would watch lots of baby name videos, and any ones that I liked I would write down in my phone, like I just showed you. And then I would ask Nick later on if he liked them. We asked my mum, we asked family, and then we ordered them. We had a lot, I think we narrowed it down to a list of about 5 names. And then we ordered them, like numbered them in the order which we liked them. So we had like number 1, most favourite, to second favourite, and so on. And then, yeah, we pretty much decided on all of our girls' names before they were born. We didn't have any moments where they came out and we decided they didn't look like that. Once we decided on their name, that was it. They were set and they were called that from that point onwards. Third time round, I think that's the longest time we've been set on a name. So we decided Ada's name pretty much when she was like 12 weeks old, and it didn't change the whole way through. Maeve, I was still very unsure of Maeve for a very long time. We couldn't decide. She was very nearly Nancy. I wanted Nancy and Nick wanted Maeve, but we went with Maeve in the end, and I do love it now and it suits her. So that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing the answers to all those questions and finding out a little bit more about me. If you do have any more questions, then do leave them in the comments down below, and I will go through after I put this video live for about an hour and answer all those questions. If you did enjoy this video, please do like it and please do subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!